Did you know that a 1% improvement can lead to a 37x improvement by the end of the year? Those tiny tweaks that we talked about with Rhonda Ellis, they actually multiply. They don't just add here and there, they compound over time. Stick around so you can get some ideas about how you can be able to add these tiny tweaks into your life, into your business, and into your leadership. If we haven't met, I'm Evan Umberger, and I love helping companies build their people and their systems so that everyone thrives. All right, first, let's talk about why do tiny tweaks work? So if you think about like the domino effect, it could be the same size domino, but then sometimes you've seen those where it's like, all right, this huge domino is actually going to crush this 7-Eleven. Shout out to Mr. Beast. But it started off with one small little domino, and then that hit a bigger domino, and a bigger, and a bigger, and a bigger, and a bigger, and a bigger one. And then that one was the one that, crushed the convenience store. And so when you have to think about your business, you think about your people, you think about your systems, that's the kind of impact that these little incremental changes can make. The framework we're going to use today is prioritize, pilot, and then perfect. So prioritizing could be starting at the source. It could be starting at the beginning of a process. It could be looking at, depending on how much analytics that you have, what is the bottleneck, right? And then let's start with that bottleneck and then be able to go out from there. Even Alex Hormozi started off his book series talking about offers and then leads, and then we'll see what the third one is. I've got an idea though. Depending on your content flywheel, most likely it's going to start with your email subject lines. You can be able to split test those and be able to see which one performs better. Regardless of what you're looking to prioritize, the next thing is to be able to pilot. We're only gonna choose one thing, right? There's so many different options. I just want you to think, let's put this one example in the pilot seat. There can only be one pilot, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna be able to perfect. You can be able to see the result over time. So if we change too many things too quickly, we won't be able to point back to the variable that we changed. And so if you can just be able to isolate, okay, I made this one change and now let's send more traffic through. Okay, let's send more emails, or let's test this aspect. We're gonna be able to see how that change compounds over time. Another example is being able to think about in your advertising, are you hitting different angles? Are you using a variety of video, text, graphics, lead forms, even on Meta? These are all different ways that you may not personally prefer this type of an ad, but your audience may prefer that, and it may be cheaper, and it may be something that, just like the open rates, if they increase by 5-10%, I mean, it's just a matter of going into your system and being able to have split test, right? The same thing can go with your landing pages. These are very simple examples that you can be able to think, okay, where can I start? And I would say most likely it's going to be in your email subject lines. It's going to be in your advertising, in the different types of ads that you have. And third is going to be the actual landing pages that they go to, whether it's from an ad or whether it's from your organic content. In addition to marketing, you could also be thinking about this for your automations, for your follow-up sequences, for your reports, and how different workflows work together. Just think about, what am I doing repetitively? And then how can I be able to give myself back more time? And my last example is going to be for your leadership. One way that you can be able to prioritize is go, okay, I've got meetings, and how am I starting off the meetings, right? If you want to start with a positive tone, ask people about their quick wins. Ask people what they did, something that they learned. Just find different ways to be able to engage your team. And I'm telling you, you will be able to boost morale, and people are going to be able to open up and share about the exciting things that they're learning, that they're discovering, and that they're doing. So again, prioritize, pilot, and then perfect. All right, here's the challenge. Start with your marketing, operations, or leadership, and think of that one thing that you can be able to do. And let me know after you push the first domino that hits the bigger and the bigger and bigger one and then crushes the convenience store. Let me know what the results are. I'd love to hear. If you found this valuable, send this to your teammate, send this to a friend, send this to someone who just needs that extra push. And let's find out how these tiny tweaks can be able to impact your life, their life, and our businesses. Until next time, keep it simple, Saints.